Hi, this is Dan Jacobin, username Jesus is Black, and I'm back with another gaming tutorial. And this one is about getting to the higher rounds in Cod Zombies. And before you close the video, because of the amount of crappy Cod Zombies tutorials on here, this actually isn't a crappy tutorial, and I'll tell you why. It's because this strategy applies to every single round. Like, I'm going to tell you, I'm basically going to give you techniques for dealing with any situation in Cod Zombies. So real quick, I'm going to throw you some information that you need to implement all this stuff. What's it called? Every map, first of all, is set up. Every map is set up so that it can lead the zombies around without getting stuck in some way. Like, basically every map has a circuit for doing that sort of stuff. Every map is set up so that you can lead the zombies So yeah, real quick, I'm going to draw up just a generic map. Let's see, you have your circuit right here. This is just like a general idea of a circuit. Usually, sometimes circuits like have certain objects with like spaces in between them and stuff for doing smaller circuits or whatever, or just putting distance between you and the zombies. So yeah, what's it called? Second thing, do I want to give you a second there? Or do you want to explain this? No, I'll tell you what I'll do for it. I'll do it instead. Number 2, use the techniques taught on my channel. So yes, what's it called? My channel has if you look at my channel, there's two versions of the same FPS tutorial that teaches you better aiming in FPS games and whatnot. And that's very important because in Cod Zombies you're going to need to be able to hit headshots constantly and stuff, because it gets to a point where you can't spend too much time in one spot and stuff because of like running zombies and the amount of zombies that come out and everything. So yeah, your headshots need to be on the up and up. You need to be able to like just pull off a headshot and maximum sensitivity, and it needs to feel like the game's moving too slow, basically. I'm sorry, there's really nothing else I could do for you in that department. So yes, now but that's, obviously it's just a small part of what's called winning Cod Zombies. Probably the most significant part of Cod Zombies is knowing how to protect yourself from the zombies. Obviously, this is a survival game, so like you have to stay alive, and that's the entire point of the game. So yes, so yeah, basically you're gonna have zombies and stuff. Obviously, this is a Cod Zombies game, and the one thing you have to know about these zombies to use this tactic is that they always go in a straight line towards you, the player. Right here, draw a gun here. Pew pew. So yeah, it just says pew pew. Now, yeah, and they always go in a straight line, and they're always going towards you, which is actually a very good thing, because this allows you to what's called basically move them around wherever you want. Now, pretty much the only way you die in zombies is that you get trapped by zombies and stuff, and that's going to be the recurring pattern every time you die. No matter how you die in zombies, you're always like, and that's just to talk about the significant problems here. I'm not talking about stupid things like, getting killed by a splash damage from the ray gun or anything like that. Obviously, people know the solution for that already. But yes, what you're going to want to do to keep the zombies from blocking you off is that, like, say for example you're around a corner and stuff, you want to get right up against the corner around here so that they go towards here, and that whatever pathway you're in, I'm going to say this is a wall right here, it's kind of a thick wall, but a well, so that you have, like, space to move around and stuff. That's gonna so yeah, so probably one of the most what matters the most in survival in Cod Zombies is knowing how to make a way for yourself and stuff, and that and to do that, basically you just sort of stand still in one place and draw them to where you need them to be so that you have space to move around them and stuff. That's probably one of the most crucial techniques. Also, you need to another very significant thing So yes, for number 3, I'm going to use learn to stand still to make a way for yourself. And as a quick note, this is a preliminary towards a tactic called what's called rate training, which basically involves this and going around the map so that you have all the zombies on the map at once. And, you know, obviously picking off, you know, strays. Stray zombies aren't that much of a threat, so you just shoot them in the head, but I don't know. Actually, no, I'm going to scratch that. Actually, don't do that. You want to get past those zombies and round them up, too. Basically, you want to use the technique I just showed you, like we're standing still and whatnot, and making a way for yourself, so that they pack up into a tight group. Because when the zombies turn around, that's how it always goes. You know, they always just go. The zombies are always going to go in a straight line, so they always tend to pack up in that situation. And from there, you just basically go in a circle and you turn around, hit them in the head constantly. You know, get a few 2-for-1 headshots or multiple amount of zombies for one bullet. You know, try to do that. And yeah, you basically do that to clear the round. And what you want to mix this with is the 4th technique that I'm showing, which is going to also really help with getting the high rounds, which is called rinse and repeat. And I'm sorry, but it's actually 2 techniques that I want to show you. You want to use in tandem with this. You could use them interchangeably, but what's called, I would say that one is better for conserving energy, and it's obviously not rinse and repeat, and I'll tell you why. Rinse and repeat is basically when you choose only to fight with wall weapons, so that you when you pack a punch the weapon and stuff, what's it called? You basically have infinite ammo, and that's a crucial technique to know. And I don't know, I guess it's important for me to tell you to like make sure to use perks and stuff, but yeah, I'll talk about it later in the tutorial though. So yes, so do rinse and repeat along, like in tandem with the rape train, which is what I talked about when I was talking about this stuff over here. What is the other technique I want to show you? Oh yes, learn to use traps. That is another important technique. Learn to use traps. Now, what are traps in the map for all you new players? I'm going to answer that question. Traps are, in Cod Zombies are usually like electrified areas and stuff, or what's called, sometimes they have fences with like punjies coming out of them and stuff, or what's it called? Or they have the robot in not Arkham Origins, Black Ops 2 Origins. You know that sort of stuff. Basically always insta kills the zombies. I think in Shinonuma they have like a launching machine or something like that with punjies. You can use that too. Forgive me if I'm leaving certain traps out, but like I guess you can figure out what traps are. So yes, use that, and it's a good tactic because it saves energy a lot. So yes, learn to use traps, rinse and repeat, which is like as an alternative to that. And just as a note for rinse and repeat, you absolutely have to use this because what's called, sometimes a mystery box can leave on you, and which can be very distracting. And what's called, sometimes a mystery box can screw you royally, and like you have no ammo, and I don't know, at some points you just can't think, you know. So I would not rely on the mystery box. I would just use rinse and repeat. Pick a nice automatic weapon that's strong, or the M14, and use that. Or I don't know if you're playing World of War Zombies, another one of those what's it called, semi-automatic rifles, or the nice bolt-action rifles. Yeah, what else? So yes, number 6, do not bother with what was it called? Stamina up. This is the worst perk you can use ever in history. What's it called? Because it's completely replaceable. You can actually sprint forever just by alternating between LS, the left stick, and Y, or I don't know, L3 and triangle if you're playing on PlayStation. So I'm going to write instead. Oh, that was a mistake. Instead, alternate between LS and Y. Now, what does LS and Y do specifically? What it does is it sort of puts you in between weapons when you're changing weapons, and at that point, you basically have no weight according to the game, so you run faster and you basically run forever. Like, it just constantly resets your sprint timer and stuff, and it's just really, really nice. Yeah, what else can I implement here? Number 7, learn to trigger bash, which is great because it amplifies the effects of double tap, and it makes your weapon, I would say, easily maybe 10-20% faster. What's it called initially? And what is trigger bashing for all you new players? Trigger bashing is basically when you bash a shoot button super fast so you could squeeze out rounds faster. It works on a lot of guns, I would say, across the Call of Duty games. I don't really know about Black Ops 1 because I haven't played it that much, but it's confirmed to work for a lot of weapons in World at War and Black Ops 2. So yeah, I should throw that at you. Learn to trigger bash. So yes, I think at this point I've told you everything you need to know to do well in Cod Zombies. Everything else, obviously is going to be like intuitive. It's going to be very obvious to you. But I was just highlighting the less obvious stuff to move to basically do all the heavy lifting for what's it called, this game mode, which can be obscenely difficult. I haven't seen from here, So yes, quick recap. Open up the circuits for the map, take advantage of those, and circuits are basically areas where you can like run around and stuff. Use the techniques I show you in my other FPS tutorial. I don't know if you'll see it right away, so I'll tell you it's on the thumbnail that shows like some Halo 2 gameplay and stuff. I use Halo 2 as an example for the tutorial. Learn to stand still to make a way for yourself. This is a very, very good tactic. Basically, you just get up against a wall or like in certain areas so that the zombies convene in one area, and then you have room to run around them. And just make sure to run quickly because sometimes the zombies don't move quick enough. And I don't know, it gets hard to keep track of everything with all the scariness of COD Zombies. Learn to rinse and repeat, which is basically you choose wall weapons instead of the mystery box, so you get infinite ammo and stuff. It's very nice because like you always get I think you always get more points than you spend. I think. So yes, learn to use traps. Those are also very valuable. Do not bother with standing up. Just use a button combo teacher here, LS and Y. You just alternate them back and forth. Alternate between them back and forth. And learn to trigger bash. So it's basically shooting. Pressing the shooting trigger. Pressing R2 or what's called RT, depending on the system you're using, and or I don't know, your left mouse button or whatever. To shoot faster with your gun and everything. So yes, guess that concludes the tutorial. I think I've taught you some very valuable techniques, which should I think this has to be good for every round, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna say it. These techniques, like this group of techniques right here that I taught you, is good for all rounds. COD Zombies never fails. So yes, have a great day.